Welcome to Brianna's world, your favorite internet girl. Brianna's world, Brianna's world. Welcome to her world. Welcome to Brianna's world.
Everyone, you gotta look each other straight in the eyes. Yeah, there you go. Oh, I need it.
Oh, look at the green. High quality Canon G7X. G7X.
Get Aaron in the vlog. Aaron in the vlog.
Say hi.
Oh, what's up?
Bree's a vlogger.
Oh, I see.
They look just alike. Bree. Bree. We look just alike, you said? Do we look like twins? Oh man. Maybe we Also wants to be in the vlog.
Can't start putting things in here until all of your brows.
Hi, also.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Man, this guy got the banana pie.
It's like both cans out.
Hello everyone. Today is September 17th and it's 5:02. I leave for New York in about 12 hours. Had a long weekend already. It's only Saturday. Sophie and Georgia have a show at 8:30. I have a show at 8:30. I need to be completely packed. I probably won't be back home until 11 o'clock, and then I have an Uber picking me up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So there's really not much time. I've had the hardest time packing. I don't know if oh yay. I don't know if I explained why I'm going to New York, but I'm going with Forever Mood. We are shooting a winter campaign, but unfortunately we can't shoot that campaign actually in winter if it's coming out in winter, so we're shooting it now. And we're doing like this collection that's coming out. I think it might be, we're channeling like skiing. So we're going on a ski trip to get stuff for the campaign, and then we're shooting our own individual like shots for the campaign. It's very hard to explain. We're going to New York, be there for a few days. So since it's a winter campaign, it's like the clothing needs to feel wintry. But we're going to be in New York when it's 80 degrees. So it's like my brain is packing really warm, but then I'm not realizing I'm probably going to want to go out and like go get a cup of coffee. I'm not going to be wearing winter clothing and it's 80 degrees outside. So it's been a little bit difficult. I'm trying to pack everything in a carry-on. My brain is not having it today. But we will get through this. I'm really excited. I hope I get really cute content. I got a new phone, so the content is going to be crisp. I'm going to try to just get cute videos and all that. So that's what's going on in my life. I'll get some clips from the show. God, my life is just really a mess right now. And I'm watching Real Housewives of Atlanta. So juicy. So juicy. Okay. that's that. Toodles. You're just going to have to hear the fan, okay? Because it's been a few days, okay? And I'm struggling here. But we're in New York. In New York, I'm in. Okay. We're in New York. It's 7:13 in the morning, and I'm just exhausted. I'm gonna do a story time while I do my makeup. This is I'm being hyper focused right now. Let's see if I can actually do this. So we'll start off with the night before. I went to Sophie and George's show. It was really awesome. Our friends played as well, and it was a really good night. And I'm not going to get into too much about the night, but lots of just strange events. And I ended up going to sleep at 2:30 in the morning. I had to be picked up for my flight at 6 o'clock in the morning. Therefore, it meant that I had to wake up at 5. So I was up fairly early. Got up, I was exhausted, but got to the airport. I waited for my coworker who I had the flight with, helped her with luggage, got through security. I forgot that my nose was running. I forgot that I left water in my water bottle. So he was like, do you want this water bottle? And my hydro flask. And I'm like, sir, I absolutely do. What's going on? And he was like, well, either we throw away your water bottle or you're gonna have to go through security again. We're gonna have to escort you to the front and you're gonna have to go through security again. And I'm like, are you joking? But I'm not gonna let them throw away my hydro flask. So I went through security again, got to the gate, and we were already boarding. Like, it was that quick. I was so hungry. We just had no time. It wasn't that we were late, it's just we really had no time. So got into the plane. New York, it's a 5-hour flight. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make the best of it. I'm gonna watch a few movies. Started to watch Made in Manhattan, which is such a good movie. And like, I would say like 30 minutes in, the TV screen like pauses, and that was the last I watched of Made in Manhattan. Like, that was it. And I was like, oh, it's gonna be the longest flight. So yeah, it was just a long flight, but we made it. It took us like an hour to find our other co-worker, an hour to get to New York. We're staying in FiDi District, which is Wall Street. So did we get there, and it's, you know, it's kind of like nightish time, so I can't really see the full beauty of the hotel. But we get in there and we're checking in. A few minutes into the check-in process, the girl in the front office, she gets a call, and she looks at her coworker and she's like, hey, someone's stuck in the elevator, can you go help them? And he was like, I'm clocking out. I'm clocking out. And he was like, ask the next person that clocks in. And I'm like, well, it's not urgent, okay? It's not urgent. They're not gonna die in there. So that just already gave me a weird vibe. Then we get to like our hotel, not to mention it took like 6 hours for the elevator to come down because 30 flights of the hotel were all fighting for one elevator, and we had like so much luggage, there's no way to take stairs. So we ended up getting to our floor. All my coworkers and I are kind of on the same floor, thankfully, and the rooms, they just felt really small. Like the doors were small. It really resembled like a cruise ship, and I've been on cruises and I love cruises, and you know what you're getting into when you go on a cruise. But it was very small, and I get into my room and I'm like, okay, like I had a pretty nice room. Like it was small, but I was like, it's just me. I feel honored to have my own room and not have to, it's slanted, it's gonna bother me, but and not have to share. So I really wasn't complaining, and I was so tired and I was so hungry. I had food all day, and then I'm starting to get like text from my coworkers like, hey, like how's your room? Comes to find out, one coworker had a little bug, 2 bugs in her windowsill. My other coworker had what we call the chocolate milkshake substance on her bedside table that she immediately started cleaning as she entered. And bathrooms were just gross. Rooms were like just so small. But I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna complain. I'm not paying for this trip. I'm not gonna say anything. So I really didn't say much. But the moment that my coworker said that there were bugs, and she's the one who's really chill about things. The moment she said that she was uncomfortable, I was like, oh, we have a problem, Houston. Like, this is bad. So I FaceTimed my boyfriend. I'm like, I'm not gonna think about it. Went to go get food, and we ended up just talking about our hotel and the experience so far. And we weren't feeling too hot about it. We were not feeling comfortable. And we ended up telling our boss, and he was like, okay, like, find a hotel, get out. So this is like 9 o'clock at night. So we're waiting for our other coworker to get in. She was coming in from Chicago. She eventually gets in. Thankfully, right when we come back to the hotel, she's checking in, and we're like, hey, boo. We're like, this is not it. She's like, what do you mean? Like, that looks great. We walk her up to her room. She's like, no. She's like, I'm gonna thug it out. That was the quote. I'm gonna quote it. I'm gonna thug it out. We get up to her room. You know, when you are at a hotel, you scan your key. That keypad thing, completely off of her door. Keypad completely off of her door, and she immediately looks at me like, and I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. So that happened. We walk into her room. Her room's like the same size as mine. She has a bigger room compared to most. And we're just talking about our experiences so far, and not to mention her hotel room her AC was not running. Hot, like a sauna. And we're talking. We ended up going to walk and get her some food. As we come downstairs, she goes to the front desk and like, hey, my air is not on. Is there a way we can like turn it on? And he's like, the engineer went home, so no. And she's like, oh, okay. So she's like, okay, oh, I'm gonna die. And I even told her, I'm like, this room is so hot, I don't think we'll see you in the morning. Like, I think it might be your last night. So it was just a series of unfortunate events, just one after the other. So finally we're like, let's meet in the lobby.